All right, putting the V-mount plate back on because I'm gonna go film combat night tonight, and I don't have enough of these BPU batteries. So I'm gonna go back to V-mount, but I am keeping the external monitor, SDI, all that stuff off, and just going with this. So this will plug in to the DC input, the barrel over here, and then it'll be a somewhat lighter package. This handle operation never made sense to me because anytime you have to make a minor adjustment, you have to loosen this up, find the place, find the right angle on the teeth, and then close it. It's a two-handed operation. What would make way more sense to me is if they implemented this and you just put the push button here, single-handed operation, especially when you're closing this up and putting it into a bag. This makes a lot more sense. And I know that Shape has a patent on this, so Shape should release this arm. But that's annoying. Got a 4-hour drive to Tallahassee. Last night was really cool. I got to check out a buddy's photo show. This is the same guy, Andrew, who helped me host a filmmaker meetup at one of his other studios. So he's doing pretty well, and I was happy to support. I do have my meetup coming up Tuesday the 11th. I think it's all sold out by now. It went extremely fast. Like, they always go fast, which I'm glad to see. But I know a lot of people are not going to be able to make it. So I need to have a newsletter or something where I can reach all of the people who want to be reached for when the meetup is coming into their city so they don't miss it. I haven't shot combat in a while, so I'm happy to get back to it. You may recognize a buddy, Aaron Litz. He's a really good photographer. He shoots for PFL. He's got a cool Leica, but he always wears AirPods, even though he's not listening to anything. And he's shown me in the past how much it reduces the exposure to the high decibel level here. And wow, like I tracked it on the health app. It cut out like 20-25 decibels, which over a night of 4, 5, maybe more hours, that's a lot of reduction in high intensity audio just banging on your ears. So it's a big difference, and I highly recommend it. Ever since I got my Sony back from Sony Repair, I've been having to put back in all my hotkeys because I didn't save it to an SD card before I sent it away. So this marker is probably one of the most used things that I use as a custom function. And it's very easy to implement to put the vertical 9x16 markers. So you just follow this menu path. And then when you get to the custom area, you literally just have to put in 9x16. So you can also go by width and height, but if you just click custom aspect ratio and then plug that in 916 and then turn the marker on, and then you can change the opacity of the marker, which is very helpful for something like this, where sometimes people do want to see what's happening on the outside of the frame. For me, once I can see what's happening through the opacity level, I start to rationalize that it's in there. So I like to have no opacity. Now, I've had this tripod for a while, and it's the best one that I've had. It's good. It's not great. There are some limitations. I just am not sure if the price of a Flowtech is worth the upgrade right now. So I'm going to just keep using it for now. But I am curious to change something up. So since I'm not using the external monitor, I can just easily relocate the OEM one, which is really nice because it's so small. I have to be so close to the screen to see if it's in focus. And even when I am that close, it's still hard to see. And that's at 2.8. So I don't know. I'm feeling the effects of not having the external monitor. I feel like my eyes are strained a lot. I still don't know how to get past this problem.
the fence, the chain link fence always shows up in my footage. So I pull my mic back so I can butt the lens up to the fence as close as possible to blur it. And I'm as close as I can go. But it's still prominent. I'm at f2.8, which I can still see the fence. The main problem is my focal length. Because I need to shoot widescreen but have a vertical crop, that means I need to be on a 16 to 35, and there's a lot of times where I'm at the 16 mil end, and that 16 mil at 2.8, everything is still in focus. So once I can zoom in more, then the fence starts to disappear. But, at the long end, I'm only at 35. So if I could, the answer is I need to be on a longer lens, but that's just not possible with vertical recording the way I'm doing it. It's just the way that the lights from the top hit the shiny chain link fence. There's always glare, and I can't figure out how to get it out. I'm not sure. They're using an FX6 for the walkouts and with a Hollyland transmitter. It's really cool to see how their production has leveled up over the years. And they also added this recently, which I was pretty thrilled with. I don't even know how to use the 360 camera. But the fact that there's so many times when something happens in the cage and none of the videographers, none of the photographers, none of the iPhone people capture it. So now they will always have, and actually something like that happened tonight. No one caught it except the 360 cam.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your referee calls a stop to this bout. And round number 1 at 3 minutes and 7 seconds for your winner out of the blue corner, Luis the Prince Perez. Fighting out of the blue corner, all the way from Anaheim, California, representing Alloys Martial Arts. Give it up for Philip Jackson.
It's nice to be able to hot swap. Honestly, it's not my priority. I don't like having multiple battery types, multiple charger types, different cables. I am loving my new place. Like, this type of river is gorgeous. I was walking down the sidewalk and I was like, I smell something. What is that? Literally just wild Florida oranges. Like, that doesn't happen in downtown. Misty likes it too. So it was weird because my downtown apartment was awesome, but I am so glad I just made a change just because I wanted to change something. Very, very happy with my decision.